It appears the members of this House are supportive of this bill. And I guess I just want to urge some caution here that we are getting dangerously close to what this institution has done for decades. And that's take advantage of Indigenous people, their experiences with the colonial and Crown governments, for the purposes of the colonial and Crown governments. We are in this situation today where members of this unique situation, where members of the government are asking their own ministers questions, not because of a legitimate reason that we want to get to these answers. This never happens in this House. We are here because the government House Leader attempted to table a bill in the spirit of debating private members' bills, to put together a special committee to do that. Leave was not granted, and the statement was, we're doing this because there's a genuine interest from the government to debate private members' bills. Project that's been ongoing for the last year and a half. But all of a sudden, due to events that happened last night, it's now a priority. But the intention of getting private members' bills debated was a genuine intention to ensure that this House operates properly for all members. That didn't happen. So now we are going to be potentially debating this bill that the members of this House agree on. And as I said in my second reading speech to this bill, every time this conversation happens, every time we get to September 30th, Orange Shirt Day, Truth and Reconciliation, National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, that is not a day of celebration. That is a day of pain, of suffering, of reopening wounds. That's not a day of the past, that's a day of the current generation who have experienced intergenerational trauma. There are private members' bills. If the government was genuine about private members' bills, there are private members' bills on the order paper today that could replace this debate. And I recognize we're getting very close to lunchtime. My sincere hope is that we do not return after lunch to debate this bill on and on and on when the members of this House agree that it should move forward and should be passed. I think that the Minister of Indigenous Relations in the second reading speech, I think that we had several second reading speeches identify the importance of this bill. And I just urge caution that we do not use this bill because of House management, whatever the members of this place might consider it to be, good, bad, indifferent, to just debate this ad nauseum when there is already agreement. Let's ensure that we are respectful to the issue. And I'm not suggesting that the minister has been disrespectful to the issue. The minister has not been disrespectful to the issue. The minister is simply doing what the minister has been asked to do. The Minister of Indigenous Relations has been very respectful. And the members who've been asked to stand up and ask questions, my colleagues from the government side, have been respectful. What I'm urging caution and what I'm making warning about is that if we spend 4.5 hours debating this bill because the Crown institution can't manage the legislative calendar, their own legislative agenda, that is bordering on disrespectful, and I just urge caution in that regard.
Thank you, Member. Minister of Labour.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. First of all, let me say this. Everyone is genuinely is serious and respectful about this bill in this House. And that's why the discussion should take place. I believe in that. If there was no discussion, then we would be seen as if we're just rushing through and somehow diminishing the importance of this bill and the day that we are talking about. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that there were good questions.
Members, can we have some order here, please? Thank you.
That's not showing respect when you're heckling on an area, on a bill that is so important to all of us. And you're heckling me just saying how respectful we should be. Government action is to declare September 30th as a Truth and Reconciliation Day. And that's what everyone is talking about here. So, Mr. Speaker, without getting too much into it, it is an important bill, important discussion is taking place, and looking at the time, Mr. Speaker, I move the committee rise, report progress, and seek leave to sit again.